Hello, my friends. It's Donna with Vibrant Living, and I hope you are doing well. I have been sitting with a question that I reflect on regularly. It is part of my alignment and devotional and quiet time. It's not what does God want me to do next? It's not even what's the next right move. My question is what do I need to give myself permission to say yes to? One of my coaches gave me this question, and it is something that has stuck with me because often we know what the next right move is, or we have an idea, but we haven't given ourselves permission to say yes. It's permission to agree with what God has already whispered, permission to stop negotiating with the calling we already know. So often we do this in all kinds of small ways. We feel like we're supposed to call somebody or talk to somebody that we meet or ask a certain question, and we withdraw for all kinds of reasons. But the power of saying yes to the whisper. I recently got to be part of a book, an anthology where I wrote a chapter, and you can get the book, you can get the audio of the book as well, all together. And the book is called Say Yes to the Whisper. But this is something that really resonated with me because it's something that's been going on with me for a long time. So I want you to pause today, and what do you need to say yes to? What do you need to give yourself permission to say yes to? I was reading in Les Brown's book, You've Got to Be Hungry, recently, and he shared a story that made me really reflect. For 14 years, yes, 14, he felt called to be a motivational speaker. Now, if you know anything about his upbringing, he had lots of reasons why that should not be so. But that hunger kept pulling, even though he kept going, I don't think so. We don't often feel like we say outright no, but we just procrastinate. We just don't take action, or we downright say, that's not for me. The reason why he kept doing this is he measured himself by what he lacked. He didn't have a degree, he didn't have a corporate background, he didn't have credentials, and he didn't have proof that he was ready. He kept waiting for some external validation to validate what God had already deposited in him because the gifts were already there and they're not determined about your circumstances. So 14 years, this hunger, as he calls it, kept whispering, this is you. This is your calling. During that time of 14 years that went by, it's not that he didn't have opportunity. He let it go because he didn't give himself permission. He talked himself out of the very thing that God was calling him to do. How many lives could have been changed in those 14 years? How many families, how many leaders? All delay because of internal resistance, not external opposition, even though he did face that some. Les Brown says something powerful. If there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. Pause and think about that. We're not blocked by circumstances. We're blocked by the stories that we actually believe. Like, I'm not qualified. I don't have what it takes. What if I fail? What if I'm wrong? What if I embarrass myself? And here's what the enemy knows. If you can keep arguing with your calling, if you keep arguing with God, he doesn't have to stop you. You'll stop yourself. He doesn't have to stop you. We stop ourselves. It's crazy. But the truth brings freedom. So what hunger is stirring inside of you? Where do you need to give yourself permission to say yes? Where's there's restlessness, the pull that won't let you go? We often minimize it by saying it's our ego or ambition or pride or something else. But what if it's not? What if it's God's calling on your life? What if it's your purpose? What if you can't run away from it? God doesn't plant a desire in your heart that He has no intention of fulfilling. Because the dream is there, it means there is fruition for it. The only permission that you're actually waiting for is you. It's why I call this video the gift of saying yes. And sometimes it's the gift of saying yes again. I repeatedly tell God yes to what He spoke to my heart. I revisit the prophecies. I revisit the words He's spoken to me. And I say yes again. Because maybe you're like Les Brown and you said yes once, or you whispered a timid yes in your heart. And then logic stepped in and fear whispered and doubt crept in and you pulled back. And now here we are at the end of January. And maybe you started this year strong and somewhere along the way, you slipped back into negotiation. But here's the gift. Every day can be a reset. Any day. Resetting with God is not starting over. It's recalibrating. It's realigning with what God has already spoken to your heart, spoken to your spirit. So today, you don't need a brand new word. You need the courage, the faith, the belief to agree with Him above how you feel, above how it maybe look, because He's the only one that's already asked you. The moment Les Brown finally said yes, he didn't say it when he felt ready. He didn't say it when he felt qualified. But when he chose obedience and surrender above how he felt, when he actually elevated what God says above how he felt and how things looked, that's true lordship. And everything begins to shift then. I was stopping and looking at one of my favorite quotes. If one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success and unexpected outcomes in everyday life. That is a powerful quote because when you make a decision, unexpected things begin to shift, and the decision is waiting on you to say your yes. What if it was simple as you saying yes? You saying yes to God taking care of you. You saying yes to releasing the control on all the things that you've tried to control, that you've tried to make happen. What if, as I shared last week about peace, that surrender portion of the equation is all we need to do to have things transform? So as we wrap up our time together, what do you need to give yourself permission to say yes to? Where has God been stirring you? Where have you been negotiating? Maybe it's a business you're scared to launch, a conversation you've been avoiding, a shift you're resisting, a surrender you keep postponing. You've been waiting for the right time, more clarity, better circumstances. And here's one: someone else's confirmation. Whose confirmation are you waiting on? How many confirmations do you need? But what if the missing piece was just your agreement? Here's something I know with all my heart. A delayed yes does not cancel your destiny, but it absolutely postpones your peace. So if you're feeling that inner tension, the pull between God, what He's inviting you to do, and the logic that keeps holding you back, you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to figure it all out. It's exactly why I offer a wisdom consultation. In these sessions, we expose where you've been negotiating instead of aligning, to break that internal resistance and find out the deep story that is there that's been holding you back. We invite God to come in and give us wisdom so that you can find out how to say yes in a clear and peaceful way. You don't need more qualifications. You don't need one more certification. You don't need to do one more thing. You just need the courage to agree with God again. The link to schedule your wisdom consultation is wherever you find me sharing. If it's in your heart that's saying, it's time, I would be honored to walk with you. Let's reset, let's recalibrate, and let's say yes together with God and see what miracles and unexpected things happen. That's vibrant living. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye for now.